Yeah, so hello everyone, I am Parthish, I am a physics teacher in LP Samani group of school. So today our discussion topic, that is the obtain the equation of motion for the constant acceleration using the method of calculus. Okay, again we can read, obtain the equation of motion for the constant acceleration using the method of calculus. Okay, that is the chapter number 3. This is motion in a straight line. So you already know that what is the definition of acceleration. Okay, so definition of the acceleration is nothing but it is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. It gives the acceleration. Okay, so by the definition we can write, by the definition of the acceleration we can write A is equal to dv by dt, change in velocity with respect to time. It gives acceleration. Okay, so here dt we going to this side, then we get dv. Okay, now here we introduce the integration formula. Okay, so from the definition of the integration formula or the identity of the integration formula, we integrate both the side, left hand side and right hand side of this equation. Okay, so you know that what is integration formula. So it is nothing but x raised to n dx. Here the integration with respect to x, so here we can write the identity x raised to n dx, that is x n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So that is the formula of integration. Okay, so we apply this identity in this equation. So students, using this identity, here suppose we take n equals to 1. Okay, we take n equals to 1. So here we get x raised to 1 dx. So the integration of x raised to 1 dx, that is x raised to 1 plus 1 1 plus 1. So here we get x square by 2. Okay, that's how we integrate using this identity. Suppose we take n equals to 2. So for n equals to 2, here we put n equals to 2 x raised to 2 into dx. So what is the integration of x square dx? That is nothing but x 2 plus 1, x raised to 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 plus c. Okay, plus c. Okay, so this is how we can get the answer. Suppose we take n equals to 0. So here we put x raised to 0 dx, replace n to 0. Okay, so here we can get x 0 plus 1 0 plus 1 plus c. So here we get x raised to 1 1 plus c, then x plus c finally. Okay, so this way we can using the identity and get the answer. Okay, so here we have given that we integrate this term. Okay, particular this term. So in this term we first of all arrange this term, that is dv is equal to a into dt. Okay, so dv is nothing but it is change in velocity. Okay, and dt is change in time. A is acceleration. Okay, now we integrate both the sides, LHS and RHS. Okay, so first of all we initialize or take the limit. First of all we take initial velocity, then final velocity. Here we take first of all initial time, that is t equals to 0, and final time t equals to t. Okay, so we take the limit, integration v naught, that is initial velocity, v, that is final velocity. Okay, then dv, and a is nothing but it is the constant. Okay, so now we take it outside from the integration. Okay, now we put the limit t equals to 0 to t equals to t into dt. Okay, so here for integration we assume that here is suppose 1, here is also suppose 1. Okay, so here we can write v naught v. So we assume that 1 is nothing but it is v raised to 0. Okay, this way, and dv. Here is also we can assume that 1 is nothing but it is t equals to, sorry, t raised to 0 dt. Now we integrate this term. Okay, so here we can get v raised to 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1. Okay, then t is constant and t is nothing but it is t 0 plus 1, t raised to 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1. We here not need to write c, okay, constant c, okay, so I neglect it, and 0 to limit, we take limit 0 to t. Here is v naught and v. Okay, now we put the limit, that is upper limit minus lower limit. We put the limit in this equation. Upper, this is called upper limit, this is called lower limit. This is called upper limit, this is called lower limit. Now we put the limit in this equation, then finally we get the answer, that is v raised to 1 by 1 v naught v a t raised to 1 by t, sorry, 1 by 1 t raised to 1 by 1, 0 to t. So simply we can write here this way v, there is no meaning of 1 to put in below side. Okay, so here we simply put the only v. Now we put the limit, so v minus v naught, then a t minus 0. Okay, so finally we get the answer, that is first equation of motion for constant acceleration. So that is how the first equation of motion for constant acceleration is derived, that is nothing but it is v minus v naught is equal to at. So simply we can write here v equals to v naught plus at. That is the first equation of motion for constant acceleration. Okay, now we derive the second equation of motion, that is come from the definition of velocity. So by the definition of the velocity, the definition of velocity says that it is the rate of change of position with respect to time. It gives the velocity. Okay, so here we can write v is equal to dx by dt. Okay, it is going to be this side. So here we can get using this identity. Okay, so I don't rub this formula because it is needed, that's why. Okay, so I need, this is not needed, so I can rub this. Yeah, so here we can get v into dt multiplied by dx, sorry, is equal to dx, v into dt, v into dt is equal to dx. Now we rearranging this term, then here we can write dx is equal to v into dt. Okay, so now we integrate both the side of this equation. So here we can integrate dx, here we can integrate dt, v into dt. So we here take the limit. So this is the nothing but it is the position of the particle or an object. So here we take limit, that is suppose initial position x naught and final position suppose x. Here we take initial velocity v naught, final velocity v. Okay, now we integrate this term. So here we assume that suppose here 1 is there, here is nothing. Okay, so 1 is nothing but it is, suppose we assume x is nothing, 1 is nothing but it is x raised to 0, because we here we integrate with respect to x, that's why we assume 1 as a x raised to 0. Okay, and this v, the value of v comes from this equation. Okay, that we already derived. Okay, so we put this value in this equation. So here we can get v naught plus at into dt. Okay, so but here we need to integrate with respect to time, not v, because we already integrate with respect to v, that's why. So here we put t equals to 0 to t equals to t. Okay, now we integrate this equation. So x raised to 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, upper limit, sorry, lower limit, upper limit. Here v naught t, here is nothing but multiplying this way. This is the first, this is the second step. Okay, so v naught t plus a t square by 2. Okay, this way we can write this. So here we get, that is x raised to 1 by 1, 0 to, sorry, x naught to x, this is as it is. Now we put the value, upper limit minus lower limit. So here we can get, for this equation, upper limit minus lower limit, so x minus x naught. Then here we can get v naught t plus half a t square. Okay, upper limit minus lower limit. Now we put here t equals to 0. So here is 0, here is 0. So both the terms are 0. So we not need to write here. Okay, so only we need to write half a t square. Okay, so finally here we get x is equal to x naught. This come to, this x naught comes to this side. So x equals to x naught plus v naught t plus half a t square. That is our second equation of motion for constant acceleration. Okay. So now we obtained the third equation of motion for constant acceleration, that is came from the acceleration formula. So again we can write the acceleration formula, that is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Okay, so it gives the acceleration. So by the definition we can write a equals to dv by dt, but here we take small changes. Okay, so here we can multiply or divide dx. Okay, displacement, multiply dx and divide dx. So here we shift this dx in this side and dt in this side. Okay, so here we can get dv by dx, then dx by dt. Okay, why we take this? Because we know that dx by dt is velocity. Okay, that's why. So now we integrate this term. Okay, so we take limit, that is initial velocity, final velocity, that is v naught, and v, then v into dv. Then here we also take limit, that is, here is x is given, so here we take x naught, initial position, then final position x, then a into dx. Now we take a outside because acceleration is constant, that's why. Now integrate this term, v square by 2, then limit is v naught, v, then a is constant, then dx nothing but it is x. Integration of dx nothing but it is x. So x naught x v square by 2 minus upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, v naught square by 2. Here a x minus x naught. Okay, so here we get v square minus v naught square by 2, then a x minus x naught, then 2 going from this side, then we get v square minus v naught square and 2a x minus x naught. Okay, so finally we get the formula, that is equation of motion. So finally we get the formula, that is the third equation of motion for constant acceleration. Okay, So students, now our next topic, that is the derived equation of uniformly accelerated motion using the graphical method. Okay, we already derived the equation of motion formula using the calculus method. Okay, now here we introduce the graphical method. So here we derived the same formula. Okay, so first of all, here we can draw the graph, that is v versus t graph, velocity versus time. So velocity measured in meter per second and time is measured in second. Okay, now the object or vehicle start moving from this particular point. Okay, this way. So here the time of the object or vehicle, that is suppose t equals to 0. Okay, t equals to 0, and the point, that is A, this point, this is B. So object move from A to B. So this time suppose t equals to t when the object reach at point B. Okay, so here suppose here the initial velocity, that is suppose v naught, and final velocity suppose v. Okay, suppose initial time, that is t equals to 0, and the final time when reach object from A to B, that is suppose t equals to t. Okay, here we are also we can write. Okay, so that's how we can draw the graph for uniform accelerated motion. Okay, so here we find out the slope of this graph. Okay, so it gives the acceleration, Okay, so now at t equals to 0, the velocity of an object, suppose v naught. Okay, velocity of an object, suppose v naught. At time t equals to t, the velocity of an object suppose v. Okay, so now we find out the acceleration. Okay, so acceleration here it is slope of the line AB. So here acceleration is slope of line AB. Okay, so this is the line AB. So here we know that this is this distance, that is v naught, and this distance suppose v. Okay, so this distance becomes v minus v naught, this. Okay, this distance. Wait, okay, at t equals to 0. Okay, so students, you know the formula to find out the slope of line AB. So that is going to be rise of one, run. Okay, so here rise is, that is BC, by run, that is AC. Okay, so BC is nothing but it is change in position y2 minus y1 according to y-axis, y2 minus y1, and AC is changing in time, that is x2 minus x1. Okay, x2 minus x1. So here also we can write delta y by delta x. Now here we find out the y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So here at point A, x1 and y1, that is x1 is the time initial time, that is 0, and initial position, that is initial velocity, that is v naught. Okay, and at point B, x2 y2, that is, so the time at point B, that is t, and the velocity, that is v. Okay, see this v. So we put this value in this equation. So finally here we get, that is y2, that is v minus v naught, then x2 minus x1, that is t minus 0. Okay, so here we get acceleration. So that is at v minus v naught. Now we rearranging this term. So here we get v naught plus at. So this is our first equation of motion for uniform acceleration. So we find out the displacement or position of an object. Okay, so now the displacement of the particle or object during the time t is equal to the area of region O, A, B, C, D. O, A, B, C and D. Okay, so this way we can find out the displacement. So displacement is nothing but it is area of O, A, B, C and D. Okay, so this area, see this area make from triangle also and rectangle also. Okay, so here we can write area of rectangle, that is OACD, and area of triangle ABC. Now we redraw the figure. Okay, so this split this way. So here that is the area of triangle and this is the area of rectangle. Okay, so this is nothing but it is O, A, B, C, D. Okay, so the area of the rectangle, that is, here we can write easily, that is AO multiplied by OD, and the area of triangle ABC, that is half base into height, half base into height. So here we can write half base, that is nothing but it is AC, and height, that is BC. Okay, so here we know that AO, that is V naught, and OD, that is T. Okay, we already defined that. Okay, then AC, that is also T, then BC. So BC is nothing but it is V minus V naught. Okay, because total distance, that is V. So V minus these two. So here we can get V minus V naught. Okay. So we put the value in this equation. Okay. So here we get the value. AO, it is V naught, OD, that is T, then half AC is, what is AC, that is T, then BC is V minus V naught. Okay, so again we can write V naught T plus half V minus V naught into T. Okay, so we know the first equation of motion, that is V equals to V naught plus AT. So here we can write V minus V naught is equal to AT. So this value we can write in this equation. Okay, so v naught t plus half at, replace v minus v naught to at. So here we can get second equation of motion for uniform accelerated motion. So that is v naught t plus half at square. So students, you know the average velocity formula. Okay, so from the equation we can write x is equal to v into t. Okay, but from average velocity, for average velocity we can write this equation v plus v naught divided by 2 into t. Okay, this way also we can write. Okay, now you know the formula of the first equation of motion, that is v minus v naught is equal to at. Okay, now you object the t, then here we can get v minus v naught by a is equal to t. So this value we put in this equation. Okay, so we replace t to v minus v naught by a. So here we can get x is equal to v plus v naught by 2 multiply by v minus v naught by a. Okay, now we multiply these things, that is v square and v0 square. So here we can get v square minus v naught square by 2a. Okay, so finally we get the answer, that is 2ax v square minus v naught square. So now we rearrange the term, so v square minus v naught square is equal to 2ax. That is our third equation of uniform accelerated motion. Okay, so this question asked in exam for 3 marks. Okay, so that is very important question. Okay, so students, here we write all the 3 formulas which we have derived for uniform accelerated motion. So first formula, that is v equals to v naught plus at. Then second, that is x equals to x naught plus v naught t plus half at square. Then third one is, that is v square minus v naught square, then 2ax. Okay.